Christmas, 1996. JonBenet Ramsey was a 6-year-old who, in the time before social media as we know it today, came to worldwide fame as a contestant on the pageant circuit. Due to adult-like dressing and makeup in pictures, the murder was sensationalized and shocked the world. Innocence was lost. JonBenet Ramsey was reported missing by her mother, Patricia Ramsey, on a 911 call on the day after Christmas in 1996. According to the 911 call, the operator believed she heard an unknown voice. Kimberly Archuleta says that she heard Patsy say, "I called the police now." Then she heard a third-party conversation in which she heard someone say something. She thought it might be Burke, but they say he was not present and in bed.
Patsy, 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 Patsy.
A ransom note was left on the staircase addressed to Mr. Ramsey, found by Patsy Ramsey. This letter was written on a notepad found in and belonging to the Ramseys. This has been a major focus for many, and many believe it was written by Patsy Ramsey. There was a timeline in the note that said they would receive a call between 8 and 10 a.m. The thing is, the call didn't come. And more strangely, no one in the family acknowledged that the phone call didn't come. They weren't waiting. They weren't upset when the phone call didn't come. Something was amiss here. Several hours after the phone call, John Ramsey, upon being asked by the police officer, Linda Ardent, to look over the house from top to bottom, in her words, to give him something to do. She said he went directly to the basement. He led his friend Fleet White to the basement where they found her body, removed tape from her mouth, brought her upstairs, and laid her on the floor. This precious child's official cause of death was asphyxiation by strangulation associated with a craniocerebral trauma, murder. She was found with a handmade garrote tied around her neck, made from things found in the home, which was how the strangulation happened, and she had a broken skull from a blow to the head prior to. There had been references to trace DNA found on JonBenet's underwear, which, in 2008, cleared all the Ramsey family. There is much debate on the significance of this DNA. They say it's so small that it could be transfer DNA from someone making the clothes. The underwear that JonBenet was found wearing were new and out of the package and far too big for her. There's also been much discussion to how the police managed or mismanaged the situation from the start. Involvement in cover-up for a rich family by the police and powerful people of government. The crime scene was compromised. The Boulder police did not maintain the crime scene. The story has still been unsolved and still a story that intrigues many. Christmas night, there was 4 people in the house. The only other suspect would be an outside intruder. One thing that really jumped out at me as I was doing my research, I came across a clip in which you see the Ramsey speaking. Patsy is obviously heavily medicated, but her husband seems to be mouthing her words as if it was already pre-rehearsed. Just check it out.
But if I were a resident of Boulder, I will tell my friends to keep your babies close to you. There's someone out there.
There have been several theories as to who has done it. Was it the mother because she was upset about bedwetting? Was it Burke because he accidentally hit her? Or was it an intruder? The only conclusion that is for certain is that JonBenet Ramsey lost her life that night, and that is still unresolved to this day. Anything that occurs in this world, from the falling of a leaf to a phone conversation with a friend, vibrates energy into the universe, and that energy acts like a fingerprint. Think of it like the book of life, and we're all writing in it with our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. To seek those answers, to peek into that book of life, we use a language called tarot. We let go of our ego, letting the energy flow without judgment and using the tarot cards to weave a story. We can seek the answers and maybe learn some lessons along the way. With this understanding, I thought I would combine my love for unsolved crime investigation with tarot and do a tarot investigation. Now, it is my intention to read the cards and not give a conclusion, but rather let the cards speak for themselves. But honestly, I'm opinionated, so I can't guarantee it won't slip in there from time to time, but I will do my best. So let's do a tarot investigation. As I see it, we have 5 suspects: the 4 Ramsey members living in the home present during the event, and an unknown entity that would represent an outside intruder. I'm going to ask the 5 W's of who, what, where, when, and why for each, based on the energy present leading up to and including her death. Let's see what energies we can pick up on and what we will learn. First, we will look into JonBenet Ramsey. All right, the first person we're going to look into is JonBenet Ramsey herself. Let's ask her the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, and why, so we can get some of the answers. Who, what, where, why. Right out, 8 of Pentacles. So, unexpected death. This was two people. 2 people are majorly involved. This was done within the safety of her home. She felt comfortable. She wasn't worried about anybody. But this, this is definitely showing an unexpected death. So this was not something that was pre-planned. It happened in the moment. Who, what? The Empress. So this would be a group activity. There was more than one person. And her mother, the Empress, is present. But when the Empress is present, this is somebody who is not a doer. This is passive. So if her mother was involved, it would have been in a passive position, meaning that she wasn't part of it, but she knows of it. Who, what, where? 3 of Pentacles, definitely within the home. It was done within the home. There was a sudden death. The mother wasn't totally aware, but there was planning after the fact. They had to have a plan, and 3 people were involved in that plan. Again, one being passive, which is the Empress. Who, what, where, when? So this happened, again, this is something that was swift, something that happened quickly, sudden. It looks like a built up kind of situation that was known of, that there's something that this didn't all of a sudden just happen out of the blue as in an accident. It's something like an accident that maybe people could have avoided. There was knowledge of it prior to. Wow. Who, what, where, when, why? Ten of Cups. This is a family situation. There are unconventional family relationships here. One is being pushed to the side. At the base of it, the why of it, it's the family. The next person I'm going to read on will be Patsy. Let's see. Patsy Ramsey. What do you know? Six of Pentacles. So here she is trying to help both children. It seems like there was definitely a pull on her, that they both wanted her attention. And it looks like she was involved in as much as she had to do what she had to do to help her children. That's who. Six of Cups. With the Six of Cups as the what? This is her mother giving her flowers of love. I feel as though the mother had no choice. Who, what, where? We've got the Four of Pentacles. So this is happening within the home. It's being held on to. The secret's going to be held on to. Oh, the Strength card. The When card. The When card being the Strength card. The Strength card is about unfortunate situations from the past that continue and harm the future. And here's the mother having to put her strength forward as she has no other choice but to be strong. Why Ace of Wands? Had no other choice, had to move on, had to start a new beginning. You can't control what has been in the past, and she had to have the strength to keep moving on. With the Ace of Wands, new beginning, moving on. Let's have a look into John Ramsey. Who, what, where, when, and why for John Ramsey. Who, the family. The head of the family took care of things, that's for certain. The who is the family. This was more than one. There he is. There it is, John Ramsey. He is the emperor. He is present. He was the mastermind of this plan. He was the one who took care of this. He is the one who has the answers. He knows 100% what happened. Queen of Wands. So here he is. He's the Queen of Wands. He's the doer. Unlike the Empress we saw earlier representing the mother who is passive, he is intimately involved and knows. Knight of Swords. So this was something that happened quickly. Again, this is not something that was pre-planned for months. It's something that happened in the moment and he was involved in it. Knight of Pentacles. So why? Because he needed to help. He needed to help out a situation that they thought was complete, but it wasn't, and he had to help. He is one of the helpers. Okay. Next, we'll look into Burke Ramsey and see what does he know. Appreciate he was 9 years old at the time of the incident. So let's see. What does tarot have to tell us? Who? Page of Wands. He knows something. He's looking back at the past. He's aware of something. He is in the know of it. He's the page. He had part of the doing. What? Ten of Swords. So he knows about it. He knows much more than what he's letting on. He was not asleep during that night. He knows something. 100%. He knows of the incident. He can look back on it. He remembers it. There's something. He knows how his sister died. Death card. So who, what, where? This is the death card. This is transformation within the home, the transformation of everybody's relationship, the transformation of everybody's lives. Nothing will ever be the same after this. This is the cards of somebody who knows what's happening. When? Ooh, Queen of Swords. So I believe this is the mother showing up here saying, I'm involved. This is what we're going to do. Here's the plan. Cut it off. You forget what happened in the past. So, although I don't think the mother was involved with the actual incident, she was involved in the cover-up. And here she's holding the sword, which is holding the pen that wrote the note. Ooh. Six of Pentacles. Accident or not, he was jealous of his sister. He wanted his mother's attention. And this is the why of what happened with this incident. Okay. So as our fifth and final suspect, we're going to look at the idea of an intruder. The Who. 9 of Cups. This is wishes fulfilled. So it seems to me that the intruder doesn't seem very possible, but this looks more like the involvement of rich, money, power, that money and power and payment and all kinds of nefarious things are behind this. What? The Empress, the passive mother. Again, this is within the family. I don't see this being an intruder. I'm not saying it's 100% not. I'm just reading the cards. Who, what, where? There's the father. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Who, what, where? When? We've got the 3 of Swords, but it's reversed. So the heartbreak happens after it happens. Why? The Moon. Dark deeds being done in the dark of night, and these are not to come to light. I don't know that until I don't know that this will ever come to see the light of day. But with the moon reversed, it seems that maybe in the future, we will find out what happened. There'll be something that's going to come out, and it's just going to be like, wow. But it's going to take some time because this has been covered up. And the moon is still lighting its way, but it takes time. And even after 25 years, the mystery is solved. It's just a matter of when they'll let everybody know the truth. I hope you, like me, enjoyed our dive into mysteries solved by tarot. And as always, I have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we talk, cheerio and take care.